Listen, black music is the soundtrack to our culture and our lives. There's nothing like a good slow jam to take you back to a place in time. Listen, Charlie Wilson took some of y'all back to a place in time last night, didn't he? You know, black music has always helped bring different cultures and races together. And whether you're in Spain or Singapore, black music can be heard and felt all over the world. And black music is feeding the soul. It's opening the hearts and minds. Black music is bringing joy. Now, we all have songs from black culture that hit differently when you hear them. You know, for me, there's no cookout in the summertime unless you hear the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff's Summertime. And if the DJ dropped the wobble right now, y'all would jump right into formation. And y'all know, when I was a kid, I used to live in the country and we used to drive to the city. And I used to hate being in the back of my mom's car because this one slow jam would play and I thought it went on forever and he begged too long. But now as a grown man, you can't tell me all 7 minutes and 18 seconds of Lenny Williams because I love you ain't the best slow jam ever. That's what black music is, and its impact is unmatchable. So today we're here to honor artists, musicians, vocalists, producers, and so many more who are global innovators and change makers. And they're from right here in Cincinnati. Come on, show your hometown some love. This afternoon, we're going to take you on a musical journey, celebrating black music, its artists, the groups, the songwriters, the producers that are from the Queen City of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. We will not only entertain you, but we're going to educate you on the global impact of our inductees, as well as unveil the vision of the permanent, international, one-of-a-kind, interactive tourist attraction called the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, and the story behind it. So today is more than an event. Today, we're all here as part of history. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Take a look at this video package.
Foundation of who I am. It's in my soul. If it wasn't for black music, I wouldn't be here today. My mother was an aspiring singer from the West End. She would go on to record nationally and be on national shows and have her own album named after her maiden name, Barbara Howard on the Rise. My father had an independent label, SR Records, Steve Reece Productions, and he produced my mom's album, discovered my mother as a talent. And when he took her on the first date, when he was promoting as the local promoter for Aretha Franklin, it was Aretha Franklin that told him, "You better marry this woman," and he married her, and the rest is history. Well, I wanted something that was permanent. I know there's a lot of murals, and those are nice, but I wanted something that when I'm gone, you can't paint over it. You can't take it down. You can't erase it. I wanted something that was going to be permanent. Something that was going to be something that no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, you could come there free. It's going to be first class. It's going to have the new technology. I call it, when they asked me how to design it, I said, bring me Disney World. I want something for families to come to, from senior citizens to little kids. We could come, we can dance, we could dance together, we can have a good time together, but you also can learn. When I first saw the land next to the Andrew Brady Center, it was nothing but rocks. And I didn't see rocks. I saw a walk of fame. Let me just say that the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, I want to give you the significance of it, and today you're going to actually see it. You've heard me talk about interactive, and I know a lot of you people say, what is this? I'm on my phone. What does it do? You're going to be able to see what it actually does. But the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame is located, connected to this building, right outside, and you'll see it's still under construction because it is not a typical infrastructure project. This will become a national and global
and global tourism attraction that people from all over the world will come here and understand the stories behind our legends and our icons. And you'll see later today, you'll see where it started with just rocks. And we done went from rocks, we said, give us the rocks. And we took the rocks, and the rocks is now gonna be an international tourism attraction. International. It's about time we take our history back of what music came from right here in Cincinnati, Hamilton County, and Ohio. What we contributed to the music industry. The new sounds. We created sounds. We created fashion. We created a trend. We created the culture. It came from right here. People who went to the public schools like I did. Right here. I see some public school graduates in the house. Well, they're up here as legends as well. I want to thank my county administration, because this is bold, this is different. I've been elected to the city and the state. I've been a Black Caucus president, but this is different. People talk about equity. People talk about inclusion. Our county got up, put the money where our mouth was, and we got a $20 million facility getting ready to be built called the Black Music Walk of Fame. What we're doing today is historic. It's never been done. We're going to have an interactive, one-of-a-kind, outdoor, 365 days Walk of Fame. When the festival is over, and we appreciate, we're partnering with the festival this year, we put a funding of $690,000 because we knew the festival needed to come back. It brings in $107 million. So we wanted to make sure that they come back and we do it in a big way. And that's why you're here. We appreciate that. But we also wanted to have something that when the festival is over, we can't just have one weekend. You will be able to come to the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. You'll be able to have your family reunions and events. Everything will be available, whether you're grandma or you're the grandkids, for this Walk of Fame.
Good afternoon. I'm County Commissioner Denise Driehaus. I am so sorry I'm not with you this afternoon because I know you're having one heck of a party. Congratulations to Commissioner Alicia Reece for her vision for the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. And thank you to Commissioner Summeru Dumas for all of the support. It is so important that we celebrate the rich music history here in this city, and the Black Music Walk of Fame helps us do just that. So congratulations to the inductees, both this year and last year, and I'm looking forward to joining the celebration when we have the grand opening next year.
Now, the moment that you probably all have been waiting for, what is this Black Music Walk of Fame? I'm hearing a lot about it, but I'm going to help you with the vision, because people without vision perish. We started with rocks. I had my office run down to Kinko's and put some pictures up. I got Otis Williams on there, Boosie, of course, Isley Brothers, you see on there. I said, we need a Black Music Walk of Fame. And we had a press conference, and a number of people stood with us at that press conference. Since the press conference 1 year ago, April 26, 2021, the day after my birthday, what happened, I was at a press conference and I had this idea, but Otis Williams, who's here today, said, he pointed over at this building that we're in right now. He said, why can't we be included? And the tear came down. And I said, I got to get it done so he can see it. So I moved the idea up that was in my head from maybe my second or third year in office and said, I got to go now. And so we had these rocks, and that's all we had. And we had to get the land transferred from the city of Cincinnati to the county, because we got to own the land if we're going to do our thing, and we're going to pay for it. We did that in 1 year. You know, the city and the county, we used to couldn't really get nothing done, but we got it done in 4 months. Then we had to get the design team and technology team, and I said, bring me Disney World. So we went from rocks, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get it going, to the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. Take a look.
Welcome.
I'm Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reece and founder of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. Join me for a tour of our newest tourist attraction. The Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame is an interactive outdoor technology park celebrating and capturing the stories of musical artists, groups, songwriters, and producers from Southwest Ohio who have made a major impact in music around the world. Let's take a look. When you come to the entrance of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, you'll see a spectacular gateway to welcome people as they enter. You will be able to use your smartphone devices to connect with our 13 informational kiosks and QR codes to capture and share the amazing stories of our Black artists and their music. Can you feel the music? Well, if you can't, we'll help you. We will have pulse drums that will illuminate in a sequence to a beat with the audio. If you keep the beat, you can receive a light show from the adjacent fountain. Everyone loves to take selfies and photos. We have a 3D sculpture that is perfect for taking your pictures and sharing your experience on social media. What is a Walk of Fame without a dance party for the entire family? This area will feature light and sound towers that will have the moving searchlights above it, and you will be able to dance the night away. The party won't stop there. Now we step into the future through technology. We have this dance party continuing with augmented reality features in this area that will allow you to see yourself and show people your dance moves. The augmented reality continues by letting you sing and perform virtually with some of your favorite inductees. Come check out our world-class family tourism attraction featuring our inductees Bootsy Collins, Penny Ford, the Isley Brothers, Midnight Star, Otis Williams, High Tech, Wilbert Longmire, Dr. Charles Fold, and more. The Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame will house over 200 stars with new inductees each year. Can you feel the excitement? We'll see you soon.
It gives me great pleasure to see all the inductees going into the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. I feel like I've grown up with a lot of them. We grew up together. I grew up with Bootsy. I was new in radio. He was new in the music business, trying to get his hits going. I was trying to keep a job on the radio. So if anybody brought me a good song to play, hey, we had to play it, baby bubba. We had to play it. At Midnight Star, I felt like I grew with them. I was still new in the radio business when they started to put out their songs. I played those songs when they were new. So, when I can say I grew up with somebody and to see them sitting here now getting the awards, Penny Ford, of course, I was pretty much grown when Penny came aboard, but I was a veteran in the radio business, but it just gives me great pleasure to see the Walk of Fame star that everybody's getting up there. And I tell you, Otis Williams, I grew up hearing about him. I would say, Otis Williams, that's not the Temptation guy, is it? Because he's here in Cincinnati. They said, no, this is Cincinnati's Otis Williams. And he got a star. But I want to remind you, if you can think of someone who is deserving of a star on the Cincinnati Black Walk of Fame, all you have to do is go to the website, put your suggestions in. Don't hand me a piece of paper if you see me walking down the street, because who knows where it might end up. Who knows where it might end up.
Now, as part of today's induction ceremony, we first want to start by acknowledging the founding inductees of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, who include the legends Bootsy Collins. Come on, Mr. Bootsy, stand up for the people. Otis Williams, Dr. Charles Fold, and the Isley Brothers. Come on, give the first-time inductees a round of applause. COVID messed it up so we couldn't do stuff like this in previous years, so we're glad to have folks here and celebrate them this year. And now we want to begin honoring our newest members into the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. And our first inductee is somebody who I've been spending a lot of time with this weekend. I call her my new girlfriend, Miss Penny Ford. Take a look at this package.
Penny Ford hails from the Cincinnati neighborhood of Evanston. Besides her gospel background, Penny Ford's musical roots run deep down into her family tree. She is the daughter of a King Records veteran music executive and producer of the likes of James Brown and Kool and the Gang. She began her career touring with the Funketeers. Zap from Dayton, Ohio. Later, she signed with Total Experience Records, the home of the Gap Band. In 1986, she became the lead singer of shortly afterwards. This inductee began working as the principal background singer for Chaka Khan, touring Europe, and continued doing session work, including 2 albums for funkmeister George Clinton. During another recording session in 1989 in Germany for the group Snap, Miss Ford ended up recording and co-writing the mega hit The Power, which sold over 9 million records worldwide. Currently, Miss Ford resides in Germany and continues to do session and concert work in the U.S. and Europe. We celebrate the career achievements of Penny Ford, and we welcome Penny Ford into the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame.
Oh my God. Oh my God, this is a dream sequence. I keep thinking I'm still under that tree I used to sit under at Eden Park and dream of days like this. You know, I walk around, I hear words like icon and things like that, and I'm always looking behind me like, who are they talking to? Because to me, still in my heart and my mind and everything in me is still that girl from Evanston. That girl that went to St. Mark, we're my St. Mark people, first grade. That girl that went to Bible Way Church of God in Christ. Come on now. And you know, if many people tell you they went to school with me, they're right on. I went to many schools in this city, not because I was a bad child, but because I was a smart child, and they were just trying to keep me interested. So I went to Hughes for 1 year because I liked the marching band. I wanted to be in the marching band. I also went to Walnut Hills. Yep. Taft Elementary, Roberts Junior High, and eventually Withrow. You know, I want to really acknowledge my 84-year-old sister and 86-year-old brother who are still very, very active. I love them. They are the children, the eldest children of my father, Gene Red, who many of people know. They're right here. I love you so much. Many people know me through my little brother, Terry Ford, because he stayed here. Hey, where's my little brother and my family from here? I love y'all. The Tucker family, the Bonner family. So many people, I just used to show up at their house and watch how families work and how music is done. Midnight Star, I used to stalk them. They would look out the window while they were rehearsing, and I'd be just standing out there staring at them. And here we are together. Bootsy, for many, many years, and I know you worked with my father before me. So many people, everybody here, I just love everyone. Sharon, this woman right here, and she'll talk later, is the first person that introduced me to the band thing around here, and she also used to sneak me in the club so I could sing too, but we won't talk about that. But I tell you, I am so incredibly honored. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I want to take one more second because I won't be long. Anybody who has ever helped me, gave me a ride, fed me a meal, let me sing with their band, went to school with me, went to skating with me, all that. Anybody in this room that's ever touched me personally, please stand up. Come on, quickly. This is amazing. I thank you. I love this city. I brag on this city everywhere in the world. I do shows. I'm a testament to the favor that God can give you. I do shows. I was just in the Ukraine a few months ago. I do shows in war-torn countries where people have carried their children through minefields to safety. And on the other end is that song, I Got the Power. I just spoke to a girl in Eastern Germany the other day who looked me in my eye with tears and said, I hope you understand the responsibility that you have by everything that you did for my parents in helping them get through the war. like serious wars with Russia, like what's going on in the Ukraine right now. I'm in those areas. I'm in the mountains on the border of Lebanon and Syria, where there are snipers in the hill protecting the land. Everyone here should be grateful. I've been to the top of the world, the bottom of the world, and around it several times. And I cannot think of a better place that I would want to be from and live and set up roots than Cincinnati. Thank you. I love you. You guys are amazing. See you later.
All right, our next inductee is one spectacular group. Look at this package on Midnight Star.
The story of Midnight Star began in 1976, where they met as students at Kentucky State University in Frankfort, Kentucky. Two musical kindred spirits, trumpeter Reggie Calloway and saxophonist Bill Simmons, set their sights on creating the band and had a vision of assembling musicians and entertainers who shared their dream of making it big in the music industry. Reggie and Bill enlisted fellow Kentucky State University students Belinda Liscombe on lead vocals, Kenneth Gant on bass guitar and vocals, Jeff Cooper on guitar, Bose Watson on lead vocals and keyboards, and Melvin Gentry on vocals, guitar, and drums. To join their quest for greatness, they later added guitarist Dana Madison and trombonist Vincent Galloway and Reggie's younger brother. Midnight Star quickly developed a reputation on campus as a jammin' party band at dances, covering top 40 material of the day. Within 2 years, this inductee was showcased in New York City, and Solar Records chief Dick Griffey signed the group to his label on their fourth album. Midnight Star hit superstar status with mega hit songs like No Parking on the Dance Floor, Freakazoid, The Midas Touch, and Electricity. On their fifth album, this inductee had their first #1 R&B hit, Operator, with their enormous success. Midnight Star has written and produced for fellow Solar label mates, The Whispers, Climax, and Carrie Lucas. They were also responsible for bringing the funk group The Deal, a band also based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, that included the powerful mix of Antonio L.A. Reid and Kenny Babyface Edmonds, to Solar Records. The Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame celebrates the career of 2022 inductee Midnight Star. And we welcome Midnight Star into the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Midnight Star.
Hey Cincinnati, I'm Bill Simmons. Back in 1976, when Reggie and I started this group, we had a dream of making it big in the music industry. We were students. Reggie and I used to kick it all the time. We played in different bands together. We played in a band on Kentucky State's campus called Funkified. Reggie had me come back to Cincinnati and play in his band, Sunchild. We were real good friends. Well, we started this new band. We didn't have a name yet, but we were blessed to be joined by Belinda and Kenneth Gant, Melvin Gentry, Bo Watson, Jeff Cooper. Later on, we added Dana Madison and Vincent Calloway. And we became so obsessed with this dream of making it big in the music industry that we quit college to pursue that dream. A couple years later, we ended up doing a showcase in New York City, and we were on our way to that dream. Then we moved to Cincinnati. We moved from Kentucky to Cincinnati. No shade on Kentucky, Belinda and Gant, but Cincinnati had some things going on. You know, Bootsy Collins was from here. You know, the Isley Brothers from this area, close to the funk capital in the world, up the road in Dayton. So we wanted to be where it was happening. And Reggie's mom, Gloria Larson, graciously opened up her home so we could stay there and work on our craft 24 hours a day. I mean, that's a blessing for a band. We didn't have to worry about going out and getting jobs and stuff. We could work on our craft. Well, in 1978, Dick Griffey of Solar Records came in to Cincinnati, hear us play, and he ended up offering us a record deal. by 1980, our first album came out, and again, Cincinnati came up. Thank you, Lincoln, Everett Court, WCIN. They blessed us. They played our records when nobody else was. And we really appreciate that. We used to gig at the Palm Room in Walnut Hills all the time. Mr. Kelly's would let us test our new songs. I mean, it was great. So much love and support from Cincinnati. Of course, everybody knows the story. Reggie and Vincent, great songwriters and producers. In '86, they went on to pursue their solo careers. But that was cool. We wished them much success, and we continued on. We continued to record, and we continued to tour the worldwide. And matter of fact, we're still touring, and we still make Cincinnati home base because we have to keep Cincinnati's legacy alive and the Midnight Star legacy alive. Thank you, Commissioner Reece, for your vision. Thank you, Cincinnati, for all of your support. Thank you, L.A. Reid, for coming in today. Good to see you, man. And just thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, Cincinnati.
Bill Simmons, y'all, one of the greatest right-hand men in the world. He supported us. Bill told you so much, I'm gonna take it from a different angle because this is very, very serious to us all. So let's touch on a few things. We're here today to say thank you to you. It's not so much what we did, because we were compelled to do what we did. God compelled us and said, you will do music, and you will do it as well as you can. But every name I name, there's 1,000 names behind it. There's a tree that grows strong, and under that tree are very, very strong roots that spread everywhere, and you guys are those roots. And then from that tree comes the fruit. We're gonna talk about the fruit because you also are the fruit. But when I name the names of, our children are so important to us because they had to endure while we were gone, while we were traveling, while we were on the road, and still to this day. So when I mention children, I'm talking about my children, Bo's children, Melvin's children, Bill's, everybody, Vincent's children. Is so important to us. But since I'm speaking, I'll start just there, but just let these names ring. My oldest daughter, Master Sergeant Regina Watts, is in the house, Senior Master Sergeant in the Air Force. Tamisha, my son Cameron, grandchildren, Vincent's kids, Jade, Keisha, big little Vincent, Kiyomi. But also, as I said, all of the children that come before us, so that all rings out because they had to hang in there and do that. So that tree continues to grow, as we say, family, God first, family second. So you guys have become this extended family that meant so much to us. You have no idea of what this city did. So Bill started at an area, I'll go back a little bit further, coming from Louisville, Kentucky originally, coming to Cincinnati in the 4th grade. We were embraced, 3 little black boys in Avondale. Being embraced, we could walk to school, we walked from downtown Cincinnati during the riots to our home in Avondale, and the world protected us because Cincinnati is that kind of place. They said, where are you little boys going? We want to maintain that throughout. Let's don't forget that kind of community, right? Let's keep that alive. That's what makes Cincinnati special. Am I right? Yeah. And under that pattern, I want to also just leave you with the thing of your team. Find your team, build your team, and then let it grow. It's not just the managers and the accountants and the lawyers and the agents. It's also the people that cheer you on, that are there with you. When we moved here, we were blessed to be in a place at a time. Midnight Star was in a place and a time. Next door to us was the McCoys, the Macmillans that looked out for us. Everybody has the same story if you're blessed. So we've been very, very blessed. So during that time, as Bill named the names of the group, Midnight Star came 2 by 2. 2 from Louisville, 2 from Indianapolis, 2 from Flint, Michigan. Bo Watson and Melvin Gentry, Flint, Michigan. Kenneth Gamp, Linda Lipscomb, Louisville. Bobby, where's Bobby? Came in from Atlanta later on. Indianapolis, Bill Simmons, Jeffrey Cooper. what a team. My brother Vincent Calloway, come up here, Vincent. It's as Bill says, the Calloway brothers have had a ball. My brother Sean's in the house. Gene's in the house. I can name all of y'all, right? But those families, the Gresham family, the McMillan family, the Jones family, the Calloway family, the Gresham family, the Collins family, it's two Collinses. We also could go to Bootsy Collins' house and sit and watch him practice and hang out with Wilbur Longmire and then let our dear little sister Penny Ford come by and watch us. It's a tree that just keeps growing. So we appreciate y'all, and I want you to continue to know that. Once again, our mother, Gloria Larson, and all the mothers of the family did so very much to make sure that we had what we needed. But especially Gloria Larson, who became part of our management team. She went from making sure we all had blankets to teaching us how to cook, to also fighting with the record company to make sure we got paid, to make sure that we traveled around the world. She rode on the van with us through all the Air Force tours all over the country, sitting in the back and sleeping in the little alleyways that we could find. So we still need that kind of passion, and that's the whole point. With all these $20 million and all this money, make sure that the kids get taken care of. Make sure that the kids see some of this. Make sure that the talent shows that Gloria Larson put on, Back on the Block, Cincinnati Natty Live. Make sure those kind of things continue, because this town represents the whole world, right? This is a little microcosm that shines throughout the world. People see this and they say, how did all this funk come out of this one region? It's because of you guys, all right? I'm gonna cut it short. If you want to hear more about this story, then the Indiana University African American Archives are in the house videoing. I want to thank them for the Calloway collection and the story of Midnight Star. You can see all this stuff. So there's much more to say. We thank you. We love you.
Let's hear it for Midnight Star. I see Miss Belinda. She let me sing a couple lines. I said, can y'all let me in the group? And then after she hit the high note, I said, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Let's hear it for Midnight Star. Now, before they sit down, I got to have them say just a hello. I know he said he didn't want to say much, but would you please come up? L.A. Reid to say hello.
Yo, hello. I don't really deserve to be speaking because so many people in Midnight Star have not spoken. So I'm going to make this really short. A rising tide floats a lot of boats. So you thought you were putting Midnight Star on the map. You put Cincinnati on the map. And thank you. And the second thing I want to say is Midnight Star has more talent in their group than the majority of the record industry has as a body. Thank you guys for changing my life, and congratulations to you. I love y'all.
It's good celebrating folks. Listen, how many of y'all have been to, funerals and things in the last few years, and you're like, oh, I wish I could have told somebody, This ain't a wish I could moment. We are doing it. There's nobody here. There's no slow singing and flower bringing. We are rejoicing today. So can we keep that party spirit going? Giving folks their flowers while they're here to appreciate them. And this next young man, who is our third inductee, he's a cool brother, a nice guy, and a multi-talented individual. Look at this package on High Tech.
High Tech, born Tony Cottrell, is one of the few beatsmiths who has delivered supreme emotive music that seamlessly travels between sounds, styles, and genres, while always containing heavy doses of soul. The Cincinnati-based maestro created the sound that catapulted the independent New York rap renaissance into the mainstream in the late 1990s through his work with Mos Def and Talib Kweli as Black Star, and with Talib Kweli as one half of the group Reflection Eternal. This inductee is a self-taught musician and developed his production skills in such a strong way that when recording technology exploded in the 2000s, he was able to use his skills learned in the 1990s to modern recording techniques, giving him an advantage over those beatmakers who only made music on a computer. Throughout the next decade, High Tech crafted some of the most soulful yet bone-crushing work for such hip-hop artists as Common, The Game, 50 Cent, G-Unit, and Snoop Dogg. As a result, High-Tech became a staff producer for Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment. His biggest hit came from his collaboration with emerging rapper, singer, drummer Anderson .Paak. This inductee produced his breakthrough single, Come Down, which went gold and propelled Paak's Malibu LP to gold status, selling more than 500,000 copies. We celebrate the career achievements of High-Tech into the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame.
What up, what up? I remember when it all started, back in the day with me and Mom's first party. Yo, I had to write my stuff down, man. This is so real. I'm so nervous, too, man. This is crazy. This is such a great honor, man. You know, first I want to thank the God Almighty for giving me this day. I want to salute all the legends that are here on the stage today with me. You know, without y'all and the building blocks that y'all gave us and gave me, and to see the guys that are still sampling y'all music to this day has always been the biggest inspiration to me. You know, I just want to thank y'all for giving me those building blocks. L.A. Reid, you're such a soldier, man. I salute you, man. For real. Oh, man. I want to thank my mother and father who's here with us today. You know, I'm so blessed to have them both here today with me. Could y'all please stand up for me? Two of the strongest people in my life, man. I love y'all so much. I want to say thank you to all my true fans, also everybody, every rapper, every singer that I ever collaborated with, you know, everybody that ever contributed to a High-Tech production. You know, I want to give a big shout out to Mood, one of the first, if not the first, rap group to get a record deal in Cincinnati. They allowed me, you know, I was 19 years old, they allowed me to produce 50% of the album, you know, and they didn't have to do that because I wasn't in the group, you know what I'm saying? So and they also responsible for making the connection between me and Kweli and introducing us. You know, and I want to thank Black Star, Kweli, and Mos Def. You know, those my guys. I love them guys. Thank you for helping me see outside that Cincinnati box, for bringing me to New York, giving me a chance, and trusting a young Cincinnati cat with the production that helped kick down the door for so much in my career. You know, I want to thank Ruckus Records, Dr. Dre, Aftermath, you know, Snoop Dogg for believing in me and playing a big part in solidifying my sound, you know, and solidifying my place in the game. You know, one thing is being acknowledged in this music industry is always a good feeling. You know, whether it be a big shout out from a big name artist, you know, or just any shout out or winning a Grammy, you know, or just selling your first record. But this one right here means more to me than anything, you know. It's nothing like being acknowledged, you know, and making that mark in your own city. You know, when I first got in the game, one of my main goals was to put Cincinnati on the hip-hop map. You know, and that's exactly what I did, you know what I'm saying? Every chance I got, it was Cincinnati this, Cincinnati that, Cincinnati hat. Every trip, every picture, you know, I did it on purpose, man. I just had to do it because I knew my city needed it. You know, it's a lot of, you know, artists that are sitting here on stage today, the legends have been sampled and sampled. And I've always felt like they didn't get the recognition that they deserve as far as where it came from. So my goals in hip hop, you know, being that it's a highly sampled game and music, I wanted to show people what Cincinnati was about and where it came from. And you know, making it out of a small city is tough, but making it out of a small city and never actually leaving it is even tougher. So I had a lot of pressure on me, you know what I'm saying? I was always accessible, you know, so it's definitely been a tough road, and to be commemorated in this way is such a true honor, you know what I'm saying? And this one is for all of us, all of my mentors that ever looked out for me as a kid, you know, Robbie Tolliver, my man Leroy Williams, and his mother, Miss Laura Williams, my guy Jay Fresh, my guy Greg, y'all know who you are, man. Everybody that played a part in my journey. This one is for all of us. My brother Eric, Big D, you know, love y'all, man. I love you. I see you, baby sis. I want to say thank you to my beautiful wife for keeping me together when, you know, when things got a little weird and rough, and let me know that I was still the shit, you know what I'm saying? To keep me going. Thank you so much, Alicia Reece, for being a visionary and making this happen, man. This is unbelievable. I'm so nervous still, but it's crazy. You know, when helping the city and the world recognize black artists and musicians that come from Cincinnati that may not get that recognition that they deserve. You know, I'm one of those guys that's considered underrated, but it's nothing they can say now. It's permanent. You know, Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, y'all.
You can't be underrated when it's etched in stone, High Tech. Come on, show some love to the man who put Cincinnati on the hip-hop map. And show some love for the variety of genres recognized here today. It's so cool to have people who have hit so many different genres recognized here today. All right, our final inductee today is Wilbert Longmire. Take a look at the package.
Wilbert Longmire is one of the finer gems, mined from Cincinnati's rich vein of great jazz guitarists. This inductee began his musical life in the West End of Cincinnati. He learned the violin as a child before gravitating to the guitar, which his mother brought for him at Ben's department store. The first band he played in was a doo-wop group called The Students. After doing shows with them at the Motown Review, when this inductee was 23, he joined Harmon Hero, Hank Morris combo in the early 60s, and later joined the band of another organist, Philly bass Trudy Pitts, playing on 2 records for the jazz label Prestige. In 1968, he recorded in Los Angeles his debut album, Revolution. The studio band was directed by jazz great Joe Sample and included Gary Barone, Joe Bohannon, and Anthony Ortega, and other notables. In the late 1970s, this inductee recorded for Bob James' Tappan Zee record label. He was enthusiastically recommended to James by another jazz guitarist, George Benson. Together with Mr. Benson, they recorded many well-known jazz tunes. Mr. Longmire has released several recordings as a bandleader and has performed with a wide variety of great jazz artists such as Billy Eckstine, Lou Rawls, Jimmy Smith, Art Farmer, Herbie Hancock, and Larry Coryell. He even performed at the Cincinnati Jazz Festival with the great Nancy Wilson. The Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame celebrates the career of 2022 inductee Wilbert Longmire. And we welcome Wilbert Longmire into the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame.
Whew. I'm so excited to be here on behalf of my father. He was so deserving. Not only that, he was 17 years old when he started performing professionally, and I was 1 year old. I'm quite honored to accept this award on behalf of my father, Wilbert Longmire. As many of you all well know, he was a true pioneer in the jazz and music industry, and also a mentor to many local and major artists professionally worldwide. Some of many are on this very stage today. I would like to thank so much County Commissioner Alicia Reece and the Cincinnati Black Walk Music Fame and the city of Cincinnati. We all love you. On behalf of my father, Wilbert Longmire, myself, and the entire Longmire family, we want to leave you all with one very special message. We want to keep this on the sunny side up. And we love you all so very much. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Randall Vanderveer. I'm here down here in Cincinnati, Ohio with the Black Music Walk of Fame. I'm here in the response of representing Reggie Calloway and Vincent Calloway. They used to play in my band back in the early 70s, back in here in Cincinnati, and Reggie Calloway traveled with me around the country. So I'm just down here to support him and some of the old band members that I used to play with back in the early 70s. And this is my niece, Vanessa Vanderveer, and we just here to have a great time here in Cincinnati, enjoying some of my old friends I haven't seen in 30 years or so. So God bless you, and I'm going in to have fun.
This Walk of Fame in Cincinnati is, I'm really proud that I would have to say thank you to Alicia Reece, because a lot of the artists haven't been noticed around the world that are actually national or international, unless they're the main artists. But to look into the background where my son is the producer, he's in the background, to whereas maybe the younger generation may know who he is, but the older generation may not. But this Walk of Fame has maybe opened the eyes and to let Cincinnati itself, overall, to see who we have, what we have, and where we can go, where we can be, to see how everything can turn out for us artistry, whether you're making movies or soundtracks or whatever. This Walk of Fame is really good, and I'm glad Alicia Reece, has really brought this to the forefront, and I appreciate that, and I like to thank you. I like to thank her.
How does it make you feel to be part of that?
To be part of it, I would say, to make me feel this way is just the idea of being his mother. I don't feel I'm special to him, but I don't feel like I'm extra special or have to be there to be so extra. It's not like that. I just really, truly like being me. And as far as the special to him. Because, he's my son, and I'm his mother. Yes, but I really appreciate everything, that Cincinnati has done, for me and his family.
Oh, well, I'm part of the, Alicia Reece and I, we were talking about this one day, and I said we should try to do something like that here, like they do in other cities, like in Cleveland or something like that, but for people in the Cincinnati area. And so 2 years later, here it is. I mean, this is great. And it's getting bigger every year, and I'm loving each and every minute of it. And I love the part of the inductees from last year and this year. The stars are going into the ground, so everything is turning out perfect.
Hi, my name's Gwen Gordon, Regional Casting Director. Actually, I'm here in support of the Black Music Walk of Fame. My cousin High Tech is being inducted, and I'm so very proud of him. We just can't let all of this family talent go to waste. We have to let you guys know what's going on. I want to thank Procter & Gamble for being one of the sponsors here. Actually, I was the first African American to cast a commercial for Procter & Gamble, a Bounty napkin commercial. We're international, so. But yes, I'm very happy to be here, and congratulations to my friend Penny Ford, as well as all the members of Midnight Star, and posthumously Wilbur Longmire, which was another good friend of mine. Thank you guys so much.
We're overdue for this. We grew up around a lot of local music that was just great, and because of it being black people, being in the community, I knew a lot of these people personally. Some are here, some are not here. But this is very exciting. It's historical, and it's overdue. So this is something that I'm very proud of. I'm very glad to be here.
We're just thrilled to be part of this tremendous outpouring of support for black musicians in the tri-state area. When you think of Bootsy Collins and the history that he's brought to this community, Penny Ford, the Isley Brothers. I mean, let's face it, there's so much music that has really really transcended the generations, has really just been tremendous. So it's great to see and witness and just be part of this extravagant celebration.
Well, a Black Music Walk of Fame. My father is Wilbur Longmire, jazz recording artist, and I'm the daughter of him, and I'm here to accept his award on his behalf. It's my pleasure to be here, and I hope to represent him well.
What does it mean to you that Mr. Locke will be recognizing him here in Cincinnati?
Well, he has been a true pioneer in the jazz and the music industry, and I just think that this is so well deserved for all the work he's put in. He's not only been that, he's been a mentor to several local and major artists worldwide. So just me being here on his behalf, it's my pleasure.
Today's a great event for Cincinnati. I was invited by Bo Watson of Midnight Star, an absolute legend. Anybody that knows Bo, not only do they know that he makes great music, but more importantly, he's a great man, he's a great father, he's a great husband, and one of my all-time favorite people. So Bo, we love you, and congratulations on getting inducted.
We are excited to be here, being a member of the Charles Folk Singers, and we are so happy to be here to congratulate him. He is still our founder, and we keeping his legacy alive.
I'd like to just say we're down here because of my longtime friend, Vincent Calloway, and his brother Reggie. And as a matter of fact, the whole group, I know the whole group, you know, knew them when they first got started, when they would go ahead and rehearse down in Louisville, Kentucky at Reggie's and Vincent's father's house. As a matter of fact, I was down there, you know, to watch them. Saw them leave that particular spot to his mother's house. As a matter of fact, she passed for the year, a couple years ago, and my wife and I, we flew out there to California to her funeral, you know. So we knew the family and knew all the players in Midnight Star. And I tell you, it's been a journey as I've seen them grow, you know, and evolve into what they have become. So my wife and I were very, 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 very blessed and appreciative to have been in their company, you know. As a matter of fact, I was Vincent's karate instructor, you know. I'm Grandmaster Walter Fagan, 10th degree black belt, you know, and I'm just proud to have met you and Dr. Cooper and Ethan and Jacob, you know, and crew, because we were a part of their interview, you know, for the Callaways, and it was very interesting. They were in our presence and we were in theirs all day long. They were at our home. They were at our home. My wife prepared meals for them, you know, and we laughed. You know, all of us, you know, it was like family, you know. And to have seen them yesterday, you know, like I told Ethan, I said, yeah, we are like family, because he said, that's what he kind of felt like. I said, well, you are family, you know. We're just regular, down-to-earth people, man. And I'm appreciative for this opportunity just to hold this mic.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tyron Cooper. I'm the director of the Archives of African American Music and Culture at Indiana University, Bloomington. So we are here because one of the inductees actually has a collection at our archives in Bloomington, the Callaways, the Callaway Collection. And we're here shooting a documentary on the Callaways. Yeah, it's called, if you want to check it out, look up AAAMC Speaks. It's on YouTube, our docuseries, and we'll be shooting an episode on the Callaways. So we're here celebrating black music, the Callaways, just expressive culture of the black community broadly. So glad to be here.